above the blue land, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brothers from sea to shining sea. Okay, no. A lot of people don't know there is a second verse to that song. And I'm one of those people. So instead, I wrote my own second verse in honor of the man that I think is the artist. And it goes like this. Oh, courage, man. Go boldly, man. You're in our hearts and heads. You dare to walk. You dare to run. Where most men fear to tread. Oh, senator, next president. God shed her grace on us. We got your back. With no super PACs. We feel the burn burning. I think y'all kind of learned that last time. Let's do it together. We got your back. With no super PACs. Together. We feel the burn burning. Excellent. One of the most passionate activists and incredible actors that I've had the pleasure of Mr. Mark Ruffalo. How beautiful is Paul? Yeah. That's what it's about. It's about music, it's about art, it's about us, it's about the New York state of mind. Who has a New York state of mind? Now, this is Bernie's hometown. This is where the dude comes from. He's one of us. And the one thing you learn about living in New York is learning how to live and work with other people. With every kind of race, every kind of social economic class. This guy grew up here and he got political. He learned how to be a politician here. Now, what do we do in New York? We come here with dreams, and we see those dreams realized here. We fought crack in here and we won. Now, no one said we could do that. Everyone told us to go home. Everyone said you can't beat the fossil fuel industry. But guess what? We did that.
We'll do it.
We're on the front line of climate change. We had Superstorm Sandy here. No one in New York didn't experience that storm.
So you're going to have to vote the ladder.
Now they say that if we let climate change go forward the way it's going to, that this will have to leave the city. What politician is willing to stand up for the fossil fuel industry? What politician won't take money from the fossil fuel industry?
Bernie!
What politician won't take money from Wall Street?
Bernie!
What politician is willing to fight for racial justice tooth and nail?
Bernie!
What politician was arrested for his black brothers and sisters to fight segregation?
Bernie!
Bernie's our man. So, today, we're all here today to push people to go out and vote in the primary. We have a lot of work to do here, okay? We have a lot of work. We got to get out to our brothers and sisters, our families, and our co-workers, and they already want to vote for Bernie. They're just scared. We got to make them know it's okay to follow your dreams. That's why we're here in New York, isn't it? This bunch of mutts. We are America. So we want to make people not scared to vote for their dreams, not scared to vote for the future, not scared to fight, not scared to fight against the corruption of our political system. We want to make people afraid to be the best, not afraid to be the best versions of themselves. What we love about Bernie, what he moves inside of us, is the idealism that we all grew up with. And this is why there's so many young people here and people who didn't give up on their dreams. He lets us be the idealists that we always thought we could be.
Yes!
By not selling ourselves out incrementally. Incrementalism is dead. Incrementalism is killing the environment. Incrementalism is killing the young black men on the streets today. Incrementalism is what is making the whole corporate world take over our political system. And it's time for us to make that stop. And Bernie Sanders is the guy to do it. He's a dreamer, but his dreams become reality. So,
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on, Mark!
So let's build up a nice welcome for Bernie Sanders.
I believe Bernie will win! I believe Bernie will win! Bernie! 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 Bernie!
Ladies and gentlemen, coming out to my old neighborhood. I spent the first 18 years of my life in apartment 2C right here. I spent 4 years at James Madison High School. I spent 8 years at PS 197. I used to hang out on the corners by Kings Highway a little bit. Right on this street, I spent thousands of hours playing punchball. Do they still play punchball? Playing football, playing boxball, although the sidewalks look a little bit better than they did. We used to have swords around here where we played marbles. And if you got the marble going down the hole in the middle, you got 10 marbles back. This was a great community to grow up in. I thank all of you for being here today. When I lived here, a lot of the folks, I don't know if they still are or not, there were rent control departments. Are they still?
Yes.
A lot of rent control departments and a lot of folks who did not have a lot of money. So growing up here, I learned the major lesson that I've ever learned in my life about economics, and that there are millions of families in America today who struggle every single day to take care of their families. And our job in this campaign is to create an economy that works for all of us, not just the 1%. Our job in this campaign and in the future is to think big, not small. Think about what we can accomplish as a people, not what we cannot accomplish. What we can accomplish is to end this disgrace where the top 1/10 of 1% now owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. Unacceptable. What we can end is an economy where many of our people are working 2 or 3 jobs just to survive and get the health care and income they need, and yet 58% of all new income goes to the top 1%. Unacceptable. What we can do is to end a campaign finance system which is corrupt, which allows billionaires to buy elections. Unacceptable to me. And what we can end is a broken criminal justice system. This great country of ours should not be having more people in jail than any other country on earth. Our kids should not be dealing with high rates of unemployment. They should have jobs, they should have education, not jail cells. What we have got to deal with is a nation in which millions of our people are working for wages that are just too low, and I'm glad to have helped lead the effort in this country for a $15 minimum wage. When we talk about equitable wages, the fight continues for women not to be earning 79 cents on the dollar. And when we talk about where we go as a nation, when I was growing up here, many people who had high school degrees were able to go out and get good paying jobs. They were able to make it into the middle class. But you know what? The world has changed over the last 50 years. And in many respects, a college degree today is the equivalent of what a high school degree was 50 years ago when I lived here. And that is why we have got to make public colleges and universities tuition free. And I do not want to continue seeing so many of our people graduating school in $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 in debt and spending decades of their lives paying off that debt. We're going to allow people who have student debt to refinance that debt at the lowest interest rate they can find. When we talk about the future of this country, let me tell you, I was in Flint, Michigan about 6 weeks ago or so. And what I saw in Flint, Michigan, where children were being poisoned by a water system in which lead was very, very present and impacting and causing brain damage for little kids. In America today, we have got to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. Our water systems, our wastewater plants, our bridges, our roads, and we can create 13 million jobs doing that. Let me also tell you something that I know you know, but the Republican Party seems not to know. And that is climate change is real. Climate change is caused by human activity. And climate change is already causing massive damage in our country and around the world. We have a moral obligation, and everybody here and everybody on this planet has got to be part of this effort to take on the fossil fuel industry and to tell them that their short-term profits are not more important than the future of this planet. Together we are going to create an energy system which is based on energy efficiency and sustainable energies. Here is a simple truth. And the truth is that when we stand together as a people, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. When we tell the Donald Trumps and the others that we will not stereotype or scapegoat minorities, and when we stand together, we win. This campaign is about thinking outside of the box and outside of the status quo. Let me give you a few examples. We are the only major nation on earth that does not guarantee health care to all of our people. That has not been changed. We have 29 million people today without health insurance. Many of you are underinsured with high deductibles and high co-payments, and every one of us is getting ripped off by the drug companies who charge us the highest prices in the world. We can transform this country and our economy by having a Medicare for all single-payer program. And I'll tell you something else. Who's going to pay for it? We're going to save substantial sums of money on health care by getting the private insurance companies out of the health care. Everybody here knows that change never comes, not from our history, from the top on down. It always comes from the bottom on up. Please do not tell me that after the struggles that we've had in this country, workers organizing to form unions, the civil rights movement, where millions of people came together to say that segregation and racism and bigotry is not what this country is about. The women's movement, let us not forget, 100 years ago, women did not have the right to vote, could not get the education they wanted, could not get the jobs they wanted. Women and their male allies stood up, fought back, and said that women will not be second-class citizens. 20 years ago or 10 years ago, we stood here and people said that gay marriage would be legal in 50 states in this country. Few would have believed that. But as a result of the struggles of the gay community and their straight allies, we made that happen. If we were here 5 years ago and somebody said to me, Bernie, you know, it's $7.25 an hour minimum wage is a starvation wage. We're going to raise that wage to $15 an hour. People would have thought that anyone who said that 5 years ago was crazy. But you know what happened? Workers in the fast food industry had the guts to go out on strike to fight for their rights. Today, in California, Oregon, New York, we're going to get $15 an hour. The point is that when we stand together and when we have a vision, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. And all over this country, what the American people are saying, the status quo is not working for working families. They are asking, why is it that the top 1/10 of 1% now owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%? They are asking, why is it that the middle class is declining and 58% of all new income generated goes to the top 1%? They are asking, why is it that in our country we're the only major country not to provide paid family and medical leave? The only major country not to guarantee health care to all people as a right. The country in the world that has more people in jail and the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. Brothers and sisters, I grew up in this community. And I
I remember it very well. And I know that from this community, and from all over this state and all over this country, there is a movement developing which says it is too late for establishment politics and establishment economics. Millions of people are saying no, it shouldn't be Wall Street or the drug companies and their money which determine what's going on in Washington.
That's right.
People want a government which represents all of us, not just the 1%.
Enough is enough!
What a political revolution is about is the understanding that not any person, not Bernie Sanders or anybody else, can do it alone. We need millions of people to stand up, to fight back, and to demand a government that represents the middle class and working families, not just wealthy campaign contributors.
Welcome home, Bernie.
Our campaign has won 6 out of the last 7 caucuses. We started this campaign 60 points behind where Secretary Clinton was. Today, 2 out of the 3 last polls have us leading her.
Hey, feel the burn.
There is a Democratic primary coming up soon.
Yes, sir.
We can win this primary. If we win here, we're going to win other states. New York will help us make it to the White House. That's what we need to do together, not just elect a president, but to transform a nation. Thank you all.
Hey, miss. Miss. Jay. Miss. Thank you, Bernie. Welcome home. Welcome home, Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Bernie.
Welcome home.
Thank you, Bernie.
One more.
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Bernie.
Love you, Bernie. Bernie, congratulations. Yes, Bernie.